Hello, what's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Monday to y'all. Good to see ya. Variant, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 49th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you, to Ready Spaghetti, Emona the Conqueror, Evold ID, Storytime, Chaos, PG Stilts, Jar Jar, Big Scott, sitting there, guys. How is everyone doing today? Oh, we're gonna have some fun. I have a fun theory today. We have a standard brew, and here's the thing I've realized about standard. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Simon Seller Guide, Helicobes, Swader, Comet, Como, CMO, Karos, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Too much Elderade to be a brew. I mean, that's kind of the whole theory of this. So okay. Let me explain what the plan is. Elemental NG, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. So, okay, I was looking for a deck list to play for today's stream. And I was scrounging through hundreds of standard lists, literally hundreds, and trying to find something that looked unique and different for today's stream. And I finally saw a deck, had Retriever Phoenix, had Gnarl Professor. I was like, whoa, ingenious inspiration. Someone actually went 5-0 with a whole bunch of lessons. So I saw that, and I was like, wait, that's a cool brew. And then I looked a little closer, and I was like, oh no. It's actually got Edgewalling Keeper, and it's got Lovestruck Beast, and it's got Bone Crusher Giant, and it's got Giant Killer, so it's like adventures, but it also has a ton of cool cards, and that got me wondering, does this count as is this a brew? Does this count as a brew? On one hand, it's got Retriever Phoenix, it's got Gnarl Professor, it's got Ingenious Inspiration, it's got Professor of Symbology, it's got all these weird lessons cards, we're tutoring up mascot exhibitions from our sideboard. So on one hand, it's like super brewy. On the other hand, it's adventures. So is that a brew or is it not a brew? So I want to try this deck. I want to try the deck, but the actual thing I want to do is I got this theory. I thought we could do some live brewing on stream today. Brewing on stream where I have this theory that if you play essentially like this package, like if we keep these cards in the deck, probably with the rest of the Giant Killers, and we keep in our removal spell, so we keep in the Rip Apart and some removal spell for this, but let's say we keep that package in the deck, like 8 removal spells and the adventure package. I think that we could make a brew where we just choose whatever Naya cards you want. I think maybe we need some restrictions, like less than 5 mana, but just pick out some random Naya cards, and I bet we will have a successful brew. I think we actually will. Lucid and J Blue, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. So that's the idea. We're going to try this learning adventure deck, but then after we do a couple games, we are going to do a bit of brewing. And y'all are going to choose the cards, and we are going to put those cards in the deck, and we're going to see, because I feel like this is the cheat code to brewing. I feel like this is a cheat code. I feel like if there was ever some crazy against the odds card that you wanted to play and have it work, you put it in here. You put it in here, and it's going to work, and your deck's going to be awesome. So start thinking about the funniest, jankiest, favorite whatever Naya cards that we can put in this deck, because that's a plan. We might do some other stuff as well. It is a standard day, but there's a couple of sacrifice decks that I think look kind of interesting. I really like Plum the Forbidden, and also like Awaken the Blood Avatar, so maybe we try some sacrificing. And then there's also this deck, which we might try. This is a viewer deck someone sent me, and I don't know if this combo's a known thing, but I'm just the last person to learn about it. Have any of you heard of Vadrock with Double Major? Is this like a combo that everyone else has been talking about and I'm the last person to figure out? Or is this actually a relatively new thing? I didn't know that this was a combo. I didn't realize this until someone sent me this viewer deck. In theory, well, actually in practice, someone emailed me also and said that I said in theory way too often. I didn't realize this worked the way that it does, but let's say you have a Vadrock and you mutate the Vadrock and you double major the Vadrock on the stack, it still is the mutate version. So what you could do, which is actually kind of hilarious, is you cast the Vadrock and you double major it, and then the mutate copy from double major goes on the stack, and that lets you flashback to Double Major to copy the Vadrock again, and it's going to mutate again, and now you got 2 Vadrocks, so you can flashback to Double Major to copy the Vadrock that's still in the stack, along with, I don't know, a Thrilla possibility to churn through the deck, and then you flashback again, and you'll have 3 Vadrocks going. Eventually, you'll loot through your deck until you find, like, Ingenious Inspiration or Prismari Command, and then you can just burn your opponent out of the game with infinite damage. It does actually work that way. When someone sent me the deck list, I didn't believe that it actually copied the mutate part. I didn't know that was correct. So I actually played a game against Sparky. A game against Sparky just to see if it actually worked, and it did actually work the way it was supposed to. So we might give that a try too. So we got some standard fun today, some brewing, some lessons, some combos, and then tomorrow will probably be a modern day. But we have in a list a little bit of standard. So what about an Orzhov Prowess deck in standard? Ooh, send me your list to Carmona for the 22nd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Most importantly, we're just going to hang out and have some fun. So that is the main plan. Reminders before we start magicking. Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, Budget Magic, Modern today, going up a little bit later. Podcast going up today. We did some Divine Gambit. Hey, what's up, Jim? Thank you for the raid. Good to see you. We did some Divine Gambit memer dreaming yesterday. Oh my god. I don't know if you watched it. Watch it on the YouTube channel. Divine Gambit is... it is every bit as bad as I imagined. It is so bad. It's so bad. We cast it 7 times. And there was 1 time where it didn't kill us. So not only is it bad, it like literally kills you most of the time. Like it's so incredibly bad. So we're playing a brew. It's a brew. Look at that. We got Retriever Phoenix. It's a brew. We're brewing in standard today. So otherwise, our sponsor today, and thank you so much for the raid, Jim, and welcome Raiders. Our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And maybe you need some magic cards. I still got those 14 in my cart. I have not ordered them yet. You can get them at cardkingdom.com. Strixhaven, Pona Oolongs, Pyroblast, you name it. They probably got it in stock. You can even get a free goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one in your order notes. They'll hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats. Hey, have a good one, Jim. Thanks for swinging by. Donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. So let's do some standard brewing, quote unquote. So, as we talked about in the intro, this deck is partly ridiculous Strixhaven brew. Learn, lessons, mascot exhibition, environmental sciences, retriever phoenixes, 3-mana lightning bolts. If there's a bad Strixhaven card, it is probably in this deck. On the other hand, it's also got a bunch of adventure stuff. So we're gonna try this deck and see what happens. And then we're gonna put our theory to the test about whether or not we can replace the learn and lesson cards with whatever cards you and chat choose and make our own brew and still find success because Eldraine is that busted. So that is step one. How did it go, Rumble Tumble? I feel like that deck went 0-6 and someone screwed up the Curie and called it 6-0. Yeah, I wonder about that sometimes. It does make me wonder. It does make me wonder how some of that stuff happened. Ugh. Sweet brew. Passable. Eldraine. Oh no, it's Sparky! Alright, Sparky, you're going down. You're done for. Actually, I don't even... Do we wanna show Sparky what's up? Rarik's Venture, welcome to the Fishbowl. All right, let's teach Sparky a lesson real quick, and then we will do it for real. I told you I played a bot match to make sure that combo worked. Armfingo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much. For your... Sparky's gonna beat us. Thank you so much for your subscription, and Dogamith for the 2-year resub. Big soup cheer for both of you. Thank you. Well, play this. Oh, that was not the right land. Pathways. Should play the white land. This looks pretty white, honestly. I blame Marina. Well, good thing we're playing against Sparky. we're not off to the best start punt wise. Whew, whew. Good thing we're playing against Sparky and not a real opponent who could kill us. We're probably gonna need to find a land at one of these days. Whew. I'm glad no one could see that. If I was up against a real opponent, I would probably be shame scooping, but against Sparky, like, who knows? Who knows? No one saw that horrible mistake. So I think it's fine. Ooh, Phoenix? Wait. I don't know why cats don't have reach. Don't cats catch birds? Shouldn't cats by default have reach? Boom. Can you beat a 2-2? Oh, and we get to learn? Wow. Busted. It's so good. Get in there, Reaver Phoenix. Get that mascot exhibition. Sparky is our opponent. Let's get a lad. I mean, Sparky is not that much of a competition, honestly. Although we are making it look a lot closer than we should. This game should probably be literally over by now. Could have been the Phoenix and gotten it back. Wait, been the Phoenix? How would we have been the Phoenix? I'm so confused. Wait, Jim, I thought you left. Did you stay here just to make fun of my learning punts? Jim. I thought I was safe. I thought I was safe and no one could see. Oops. Phone it. You gotta do some double blocking. Sure. Wait, this... Oh, I see. We have the synergy that we can discard the Phoenix to Season Hollowblade? Ooh. Busted. How does a Sparky ever... How does a Sparky ever beat this? I don't think they do. We better not lose to Sparky. That would be the ultimate embarrassment. I mean, I've definitely lost to Sparky before playing really janky decks. You can discard it to learn. Oh yeah, I guess that is also possible now, isn't it? That is a good call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's just keep getting our... Alright, let's burn your 3-2. Environmental Sciences. Aww. Maybe we just do the entire stream for Sparky. How are you feeling about an all Sparky stream? Hit ya. Yeah, you know what? Attack. Whatever. We don't even care about these Season Hollowblades anymore. We'll discard the Rip Apart. Well, this is going well. You're about 500 against Sparky. Oh. Does Sparky mean no abilities? No, I think some of Sparky's stuff has abilities. Sparky has... Ambitious. Sparky getting frisky all the way down to 17. I guess Sparky figures they're the aggro. I've never resolved a mascot exhibition, so even Sparky agrees that it's cool. Down to 3. Want to say thank you for liking the deck. I tweeted at you. Managed to win on turn 5 a few times. Ooh, that sounds sweet. All right. Well, this was not much of a test. I don't think we learned anything. We did get the punts out of the way, though. The punts are out of the way. I don't know. Sparky's fighting to the end. There is no give up in Sparky. Has anyone else been slightly disappointed by the animations of Strixhaven? I've actually been a little bit disappointed by that. Like, I feel like there's a lot of cards that I've seen, and they just have not been... Yeah, they either don't have an animation at all, or they don't have a very epic animation. When there's some good ones, but I was kind of surprised that the animations were not as exciting. Like some of the last set, the earlier sets, like the Hand of God from the Giant, like there's some really sweet animations. I was thinking maybe they invested it all into the mythical archives, but I don't even think they have a ton of like really sweet animations. That's a lot of lands. We do get to learn, though. Alright, sure, whatever. Whatever. Bring it, Sparky. They seem to send some of that secret lair money to hire more devs. I know, seriously. The fact that they're making so much money makes it really hard for me to make excuses when it comes to stuff like that for Wizards. Because it feels like if you have that much money and you're going to constantly talk about how much money you're making, it seems like you should be able to make some animations, have your opens run without crashing, etc. Velpoon UK, welcome to the Fishbowl. First time sub, thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. Oh, Koma's a really good one. Yeah, Koma does. What's the best animation from Strixhaven? Are there any really good ones that I'm not thinking of? I'm sure there might be some that exist. Yeah, let's just stomp the token. Cut your face. Fabled Passage. Go. Ooh, I didn't think about that. You think that mobile is part of it? I didn't consider that maybe mobile was a reason. Like, maybe mobile can't handle the animations? I thought that the animations normally all come out with the... Oh, boy. Ugh. I feel bad. I feel bad about this. I feel dirty. Drawing a card with our 1-drop. Well, at least it's a land, so I guess we don't gotta feel that bad, because we're not drawing good cards. My sibling wants to play Commander in paper with Precon, so he bought the Kill Time Foretell one. I was going to send the Zendikar Rogue one and splurge on the Enchantment Planeswalker. Wait, I was going to get the Zendikar Rogue one or splurge on the Enchantment Planeswalker or possibly one of the 4-color ones. Do you have any suggestions? Ooh. So I think, wow, we are flooding significantly. I wonder if it's better just to loot. What are we going to get? Pest summonings? Looting is probably just better here, right? I mean, I guess we can get Mascot Exhibition, and we got the lands to cast it in 2 turns. Ooh. I think that they are all very good. But it really depends on your playstyle. I think that's what it comes down to as far as Commander deck. So I think you can't really go wrong. They're all roughly equal quality, I would say. I mean, some are probably slightly better than others, but I don't think you're going to buy one and be like, oh, this deck is horrible compared to the rest of them. So I think it really just depends on what looks cool to you. I would probably get a 4-color one because it's fun, but... Yeah, you have to go to your hand if you're going to loot. You know what? We're just going to take Mascot Exhibition. We don't get many chances to cast Mascot Exhibition, so... I guess we might as well go for it while we can. Opponent. Eldraine Rotating is going to be heaven. Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It feels like it's been here forever. Yeah, I know. Shouldn't Mascot Exhibition have, like... Ooh. Mascot Exhibition should have an awesome, epic animation. Opponent's going to hit us. We've drawn so many lands this game. Down to 16. Magda. See, this is another. Wow. Do we just slam our entire board to its death? Jeez. Huh. Well, we found where all of our lands were. This is getting a little ridiculous. Well, what do we do? Yeah, I mean, I guess we just gotta pass again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we've thinned our deck of 2 lands. Jeez. Hey, see you, Jam. Have a good afternoon. Oh! Oh, dear. Oh, we're so dead. Well, apparently 9 lands does not beat 2 dragons. Wow, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. Working on a food deck for standard using Culling Ritual to generate many mana, but still not sure what the payoff would be after that. Yeah, that's a good question. Congratulations, awesome. Whew. Alright, well. That was dirt. So our opponents even they're less of a brew than we are. Opponents, they got Embercleave in there too. I feel like our opponent's deck is another example of that concept though. Like our opponent's deck, it's got Magda and ways to tap it, but then it's got a bunch of adventures. Like does it count as a brew? Does it count as a brew? Like do you think the deck that we're playing now counts as a brew? I'm like, I don't know the answer to that. Like, I'm genuinely up in the air and undecided. Lazy Brew? Have you played Divine Gambit with Containment Priest? I have not. I feel like that's one of those scenarios where, like... So here's the thing. Would Containment Priest make Divine Gambit work? Technically, yes. The answer is yes. If you have a Containment Priest in Divine Gambit, your opponent doesn't get to put anything into play. The problem is, it's still just a removal spell. Like, your reward is not like something amazing. It's like, oh, I have a removal spell that maybe slightly better than other removal spells, and I'm not even sure if it is slightly better than other removal spells. It's like roughly the same as other removal spells. Well, go to combat, hit ya. That's the disappointing part. Like, I like build-around cards. I like bad cards that are build-around cards, but I want him to do something cool. The problem with Divine Gambit is it is pretty bad, if you really bad, as we saw yesterday, if you don't build around it. But then even if you build around it, you're just getting a removal spell. Do you think the Divine Gambit was nerfed at the last minute? I think it must have been. Although the hilarious thing is, someone said, and correct me, maybe someone has heard the source on this. Someone said in the comments that Wizards said it was originally 1 mana, but then they thought it was too good or swingy, so they had to nerf it. And the hilarious thing about that, if that is indeed what happened, is the mana cost isn't the problem. The problem is your opponent's putting something into play for free. So it could be free. Divine Gambit could be 0 mana, and it would still... it would still have the same issues where you cast it and your opponent puts a Shark Typhoon into play or whatever. So I wonder, the theory that somewhat makes sense to me, that, and I haven't heard this from any official source, but someone speculated that maybe it could hit anything. Then I could see how it definitely would be nerfable. If you could do it to yourself and like exile your own thing and put an Emrakul into play, then that would actually be like show and tell with extra steps, and probably pretty busted. I'll kill that. Play a land. Professor. What does this do? As long as it's in your graveyard, if you would learn, you may instead return it to play. Well, let's get the removal spell. Pass the turn. You play Divine Gambit in situations videos, not wait for it to be optimal. You play Divine Gambit in situations for the video lows, not to wait for it to be optimal, did you? I mean, when would it be optimal? Like, a lot of times we waited till our opponent had 2 cards in hand, and it still never worked out. So, I mean, if optimal is wait until your opponent literally has 0 cards in hand, I don't know if that's a reasonable enough standard to to wait for. Like, that's too much. Wow, we're getting absolutely crushed by Eldraine. Huh. So we have played mostly Strixhaven cards. That might be the problem here. We are Strixhavening, while our opponent appears to be playing mostly Eldraine. I'll play this. We're down to 14. Well, Professor of Symbology. Get Environmental Sciences. Bone Crusher Giant. Pass the turn. Eldraine rotates the end of September. Liquatus and Medocious. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Oh, of course they take the Eldraine card. Of course. Couldn't take the Strixhaven. They gotta go all the way to the Eldraine. Well, block. It takes an entire trot of Strixhaven to stop a single Eldraine. I don't feel like rummaging our Phoenix is that helpful, though. So you get Environmental Sciences. Get a Mountain. Like, we can rummage our Phoenix, but is putting that in the graveyard better than like, getting an actual card that does something? Like, we put the Phoenix in the graveyard, and then it might come back eventually after we're dead. Ooh, wait, where's Summerfest? Tubalupin. I do like Wilco. Alright, well, we'll get rid of the Phoenix. Boom. More Phoenixes. About it. Come on. Show us the Embercleave. Clothis. About it. If you play Phoenix, you can get Phoenix. Yeah, we did draw another one, which does help to some extent here. Opponent attacks. I guess we gotta take it because we're gonna get it back eventually. Untap. Play Phoenix. I guess we'll get a Phoenix. Kill Edgewall Innkeeper. Land. Oh, we just die, don't we? I guess we could have done it post-combat. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh, that wasn't even close. Not even close. Milwaukee. Ooh. I will have to look and see who else is playing. Wow. All right. That didn't feel especially close. I kind of hate that Gnarl Professor is a tree folk with higher power than toughness. That is a little bit awkward. Oh yeah, I guess we would have gotten the Bone Crusher back. Yeah, I guess we weren't literally dead on the spot. So yeah, I mean, I guess technically it's a pun. I don't think there was any way we were going to win that game, but... Yeah, I don't think there was any way we were actually going to win, but I will agree that it was a punt. Well, Mountain, go. Well, this hand is a mixture. A little mixture. Yeah, it is. That's the other thing I like about this deck, is you kind of get to see the you kind of get to see the difference between the two sets. Nobody! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, oh, Summerfest is spread over 2 weeks? Oh, I guess I'm not really familiar with how Summerfest works. That's a long festival. And in John MTG, hey Seth, my deck, my best friend got in a Modern League Web 5.0, got published today. Ooh, let me see. Welcome back to the Fishbowl, by the way. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, kind of 4-color, mid-range? That looks sweet. Oh, as per control, what are we playing against? Crim. Well, opponent takes 2. Play the land on white. Sadly, play some Eldraine. We have a new donation from Strixhaven. Hey Seth, longtime watcher, new subscriber. Just want to let you know that my daughter Jade loves how animated you get winning and losing, and thinks you're the best Magic player ever. Keep up the great content, and she'd love it if you said hi to her on stream. Well, Jade, I'm glad you enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the donation. And hello, Jade. Glad to have you. Yeah, the zoo deck looks sweet. Black Moth Super Rainbows. I do not know who Black Moth Super Rainbows are. Well, hit you with a Bone Crusher. Oh. Yeah, let's play Fabled Passage. Also of note, our Learn Lightning Bolt, it's 3 mana, and it's a sorcery. 3 mana and a sorcery. Vote it. Elspeth Conquers Death. I mean, at 3 mana, it could be an instant. That would break things. Vintage would never be the same. Well, get a Plaids. Yeah, I'll have to check them out. Do we care about Elspeth Conquers Death? Not especially. Well, Bone Crusher. Land. Go. Declared Bishop. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, going back to Legacy sometime soon. Yeah, I'm sure we'll play some more Legacy. I don't know about how. I haven't figured out doing it on stream. Oh dear. Oh god. Well. Is there a card that lets our deck beat a Dream Trawler? I'm not sure there is. Alright, Gnarl Professor. Find us a mascot exhibition. Your go, Dream Trawler. Yeah, no attacks into Dream Trawler. Yeah, I guess Giant Killer would be on the battlefield, and surviving would be good. We were actually kind of opponent's down to 12, and we actually have 6 damage versus 3 mana lightning bolts in hand. Opponent. Oh, the Phoenix. Well, go to combat. Attack you. I've kind of, there's been so many more crazy things going on. I kind of forgot about Dream Trawler. That is a really good card. I have one-off mascot exhibition in my Learn package. It actually does work. Opponent makes a relatively large shark. Blocks the Bone Crusher Giant. And kills our Professor. Well, Alright. Boom! Mascot exhibition. Take that, Dream Trawler. Hey, what's up, Baseball? How are you? Oh. Yeah, if our opponent had nothing, things might have been close to lethal, but they had things. Oh, booted. How do you feel about Legacy on stream? I'm definitely planning on recording more Legacy for YouTube. God. God almighty. Well, boom, combo. 3-mana lightning bolt to your face. How do you like that? Discard a Retriever Phoenix, draw a land, 3-mana lightning bolt to your face. Oh, you just wait about it. We will not learn. Instead, we will get back a 2. That was, let's see, what? 6 mana, 6 damage, and a 2/2? Yeah, I think we got him. I mean, we can't beat a Dream Trawler, so none of this actually matters, but how about brews with other mythic dragons? Ooh, what mythic dragon are you feeling, Cordius? None of these cards deal with a Dream Trawler, do they? That's awkward. Very awkward. Well, we'll go up 2 more giant killers, which kind of does. Maybe a couple oxen, run it like that. The pay 10 life dragon. 5-color Elder Dragons with World Tree. Ooh. The Elder Dragons don't really synergize with each other much, though. That's kind of the awkward part, is there's not a whole lot of synergy between them. They're all about their own colleges, but I'm not sure what they really do together. Well, the professor is here. Mana will be fixed. Beladros lets you cast other dragons. That is true. Yeah, Velis does work really well with Beladros. Alright. A little bit of removal. Well. Yeah, let's environmental sciences. Get a forest. Play the forest. I don't know if we should play the innkeeper. Yeah, we're gonna play it. We gotta do something. Waiting is not gonna make it better. We have another new donation from Doretti Spaghetti, $5 donation. Hey Seth, I'm super hyped for the Forgotten Realm set, and I have a prediction for you. I predict that your exclusive preview card will be Xanthar and his beloved pet goldfish. Ooh, wait, there's a goldfish D&D character? I did not actually know this. That actually sounds like the perfect preview card. Heart's Desire. A Tanazir deck? I mean, we did say we were brewing in standard, so... Alright. Negate. Huh. Interesting choice against our all-creature deck, but... Alright. I mean, we could try to build a Tanazir deck. I don't know if there's... What Tanazir synergies are there? Are there any? Are there any synergies other than just, like, play a bunch of fractals and hope for the best? Fractals is missing early game support, I think is the... That is the biggest thing I noticed looking at fractals, is it's missing the stuff that you to make the archetype do things in the early game. Well, it's hard to keep 0/0s on the battlefield usually. That's a tough ask. All right, stop your phase. Opponent takes it. Well, Bone Crusher Giant, draw a card. This is silly. This is silly that this... It's silly. It's silly. It's silly. My friend's birthday today. Can you wish Lucan a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Lucan! Thank you for the cheer, by the way. Opponent. Shadow's Verdict, of course. Well, Gnarled Professor. Give us that mascot exhibition. Giant Killer. Land on red. Pass the turn. All right, we can try to make a Tanzir deck. Maybe we do a Elder Dragon poll and brew it on and do a live brew on stream. Does that sound like something that would be interesting to you? Huh. Well, hit you. Down to 7. Stomp you. Inspire you. Loot away the Ox. Play the Lad past the turn. All right, we'll do a poll. We'll do an Elder Dragon poll, and we'll do Elder Dragon live brew against the odds live. Opponent has an Ashiok. Also makes a massive shark. All right. Well, I guess mascot exhibition goes. Are we gonna get our opponent to 2 and then not be able to finish? Land. Well, Gnarled Professor. Resolves. I'll get another mascot exhibition. Bone Crusher Giant. Pass the turn. All right. Pull Belladros. What are the rest of them? Belladros, Galazeth, Belladros Witherbloom, Galazeth, Shadrix, Tanzir. All right, poll about to go live. Vote for the Elder Dragon that you would like to build a deck around, and we will attempt to build a deck around it. All right, get your votes in. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Get your votes in now. Helichrome, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer. Oh God, big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that's not good. Huh. I don't play the land past the turn. The poll should be up at the top above the chat. Oh, does it not show up on mobile? That's not good. Oh, geez. All right. I mean, I think we're just sticking around and hoping to draw a burn spell, essentially. Okay, Mr. Panda, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Shadrix is killing the poll. I am surprised. Shadrix, eh? What do we do with Shadrix? Well, I guess we passed the turn. We need a bird spell. We need a bird spell. That is our hope. It looks like Shadrix and then Belladros. Oh no. Well, okay, Reaver Phoenix. Loot us into a burn spell, please. Oh, that's not a burn spell. Oh, now they're gonna gain life and the dream dies. Oh, that's not good at all. Yeah. Oh. Why not grab removal for the trawler? I guess we actually could have re-killed it, couldn't we? Shadrix. Boy, this deck is depressing. This deck has a lot of Eldraine cards. We'll do one more, and then we'll do our brew. You can see Xanthra and the Goldfish on the product page. Oh. Wait, this thing? Is that a goldfish? That can't be a goldfish. I'm so confused. This? That is a ferocious goldfish, if that's a goldfish. Huh. You have an amazing Shadrix deck? Well, send me a link. Give me some inspiration. I mean, that does sound. Oh, it's rogues. Oh, I instant regret. We could be. Oh no, and mulliganing. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. We could be building Shadrix right now. Do we even want to play this? You know what? Let's just build Shadrix. What are we gonna learn from this? You know, you got us, Rogues. You got us. Shadrix, eh? All right. So how do we build a Shadrix deck? Well, that was. So what we learn about this deck, I think our theory holds true. It felt like, hey, what's up, Zweek for Zero? It felt like you could play whatever. If you have the adventure cards, and it probably should have more like giant killers or something, but I really truly do feel like, and since we're building Shadrix, maybe we don't get to test this out, but I really truly do feel like if you play the adventure cards, like let's say you play this, something like this with another removal spell, whatever. So let's say you play this. I feel like you can take and choose 12 random cards in the colors, and it's going to be pretty good. That's kind of my thinking. I think if you have this core, you can just go through and like close your eyes, do the look at me, I'm the DCI, and just put in whatever cards, and it's gonna be busted. Or Teamer, same thing, like same concept. But oh boy, I hope I have Shadrix's. That would be awkward. All right, so we're building a Shadrix deck. All right, we got Shadrix's. So what does Shadrix want? 5 mana, be near combat. You can choose 2. You got to target your opponent with one of them. Make a 2/1, draw a card and lose a life. Put a counter on each creature you control. So I guess something to do with +1/+1 counters would be the most obvious. That would be the most obvious choice. Been playing mono red control in historic. Ooh, that looks sweet. Yeah, I think mono red control has some potential. Chandras are pretty powerful, and Ugids. Huh. So what would we want? What would we want in a Shadrix deck? Is there anything that really works well with the counter theme? Like, that's the most obvious choice, is to try to build around the counter theme. Neojag for the 29th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Abzan Dragons. What, oh, you get just like playing Witherbloom? I mean, so I guess Witherbloom makes pest tokens that you can put a counter on. Blot out the sky. So make a bunch of tokens. Destroy all 9 creature permanents. What is there? Is there anything specifically that works well with counters? Oh boy, more learning. Kravik kills the Inkling. That's true. I guess it would depend on the rest of our deck. And if we're playing like Star Pupils and so forth, because it might be killing our stuff. So like one option would be to just like embrace a +1/+1 counter theme. Like play Shalai, play Star Pupil maybe, and just really try to Luminarch Aspirant is a good counter card. Like, what would a +1/+1 counter version of this deck look like? Does Basri do anything worth noting? Not really. Mr. Peaches, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. We can look at the token theme too. Sparring. I don't know if Sparring Regiment is worth it. Ooh, if we could be tribal, Resplendent Mentor could work. But Cleric, Wizard, Elder Dragon. That might be tough. Like, I guess Basri's Lieutenant's decent. Like, what are the good... Felidare Retreat's a good counter card. Does Black offer any good counter cards? Let's see what the counter theme looks like, and then we can see what a token theme might look like. Or maybe the end result is some sort of, like, both of them mashed together. Skyclave for removal, yeah, that makes sense. We have a hole in the 3-drop slot in our curve. We can play Humiliate, maybe? Humiliate seems good, at least against Yarion. And not bad overall. Whenever another creature you control with flying dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Put 2 counters on a creature, other creatures you control get +1/+1. 4 mana, enters with 2 count... Ugh. 4 mana 2/2. Could play Kaya just for value. Okay. I mean, I guess if you go into Abzan, you could also Conclave Mentor. We can also play Ozolith. I guess Ozolith would be kind of cute. With the counter theme. And I mean, maybe... Stonecoil? I mean, I guess those are kind of the good cards. Grakmaw, Kaya. Basri Solidarity. Huh. But then we need removal, so we're going to have to cut some of this stuff. Shadrix, Basri. I mean, we probably don't want 4 copies of all these cards anyway. Like, Felidare Retreat, probably only want a couple of. Ozolith, maybe 2. Is Star Pupil even worth it? People like the Abzan idea. I mean, Abzan does add more counter stuff. If we go to green, green does have good counter. I mean, green has a ton of good counter stuff. Kaya and Ozolith combo. Wait, how does Kaya combo with Ozolith? I mean, we'd have like Snakeskin Veil for protection. I mean, like, Ooze is fine. Inscription's fine. Oran Reef Ooze? I don't know if it's worth going into another color or not. I think the most, I mean, Vorinclex is sweet. Great Hand is obviously busted. I guess you go into green to play more Eldraine cards. I mean, Conclave Mentor would be the big one. I guess the question is, like, Are we playing the Star Pupils and Stone Coil Serpents? Like, this is, once we had a removal spell, this is almost a full deck. Surolf. What does Surolf even do? When another permanent your opponent controls is put in the graveyard, put a counter on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if it has one or more counters on it, you may remove them. If you do, exile each non-land permanent with mana value less than or equal to the number of counters removed that way. So with Surolf, though, I think we would have to not play a lot of cheap stuff. Because we can't, that would be a very different looking deck. I think if we were going to Surolf, we would have to cut basically all this stuff and then try to play like a bunch of non-creature removal spells and just use Shadrix to put. I feel like Surolf is probably better outside of a Shadrix deck. Do not force Shadrix. I mean, the whole point is to build a Shadrix deck, so it's probably not optimal, but I mean, Conclave Mentor is good. Is it worth giving up the consistency of being two colors? Like this with like Skyclave Apparition. Like, that's a deck. That's a full number of cards in a deck. Yeah, I don't think that Surolf does much with that. Star Pupil is very bad. Probably true. It does care about counters. Huh. This build looks okay, but not super exciting. Basri? Yeah. Basri Solidarity is alright. Whenever one or more not tokens, yeah. I mean, it does put a counter on things. Tenured Inkcaster. Enters the battlefield, put a counter on target creature. Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it attacks, each opponent loses life and you gain a life. Whew. I like that effect. And I like the art is cool. But, 5 mana is a lot. 5 mana is a lot for that. Maybe, is there some way we can combine the two themes and have tokens and counters? Maybe we need Divine Gambit. That might be the solution. I mean, I guess Basri is a card that does both tokens and counters. So it makes sense from that perspective. Huh. This is a tough Elder Dragon to build around. Clarion Spirit. Yeah, Clarion Spirit might be worth considering. Ethereal Absolution. I don't believe is in Standard anymore. I'm pretty sure that rotated. Callous Blood Mage isn't bad. Rise of the Dreadmarn. Sedgemoor Witch, but we'd need a bunch more spells. Oh, green is still on here. Ugh. I wish it was easier to sort cards on Arena. Arena's just so clunky compared to other ways of sorting through cards. Dramatic Finale. Dramatic Finale is kind of interesting. Creatures die, makes tokens. What do you think about Dramatic Finale? Vorinclex? So we want to go into Abzan? We should probably play a blot out this guy. Vanishing Verse. Oh, we're getting too many cards. We're getting too many cards again. Miyako Best Girl. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup over here. Thank you. Alright. I feel like we should try a game and just get a feel for the deck. Maybe Humiliate starts in the sideboard. One Basri. We need lands. Let's try a game with this build. Let's just try a game. Try a game with this build, and then we will update. That's an important part of brewing, I think, is to actually play games with the deck. Ugh. Snarl, Pathway, Castle Lockwain, Fabled Passage. I mean, that looks like a reasonable deck. Conclave Mentor is surely worth the green splash. It might be. Oh, okay, Walking Barrens. I can. We can try a Crawling Barrens. Probably just one because it's colorless. No, you can send me a link to your deck, Doof, there if you want to. By all means. And then sideboard. How do we beat rogues? Is it possible? Is it possible that we can beat rogues? Cling to Dust in the sideboard, I guess. Maybe an Elspeth is fine. We need more removal. Heartless Act. A Basri. Kravik, alright. We'll put... We'll do it this way. Since apparently it is impossible to spell Kravik. Oh, this way requires a lot of clicks. Oh my god. Do all these cards really say -1 on them? That's impossible. How is -1 triggering an extinction event? That does not make any sense. Wait, and it's not giving us Kravik? Does that card still exist in Standard? It's not that either. Wait, are our filters? All right, we found it. We found it. Mission successful. All right, Heartless Act. Sure, why not? Throw it. Oh, we already have them. This is going to be a little clunky of a sideboard, but... Duress. Divine Gambit, of course. You know what? We're going to play one in the main deck, too. It can't be as bad as it looked. It can't be. All right, here we go. Here we go. Wait, did I add Castle Lockwain? We should have many Castle Lockwains. Okay. And a Castle Arden Vale. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Actually, maybe we play a Triome to up our swamp count. That is a good point. Like, Snarls are horrible. So let's unsnarl. All right, chat. How good do you think the deck is? Change the deck name. Shadrix. And I guess if we're going this far, we might as well add some sleeves too. All right, solid 7 out of 5. All right, 7. I'll take it. I'll take it. Here we go. Shadrach time. Kira Ashmore, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 6.2 out of 10. Why not Guiding Voices for Learn? I still don't know that Learn's that good, honestly. Swallow. I'm gonna have to. Oh, is that the tap a creature one? But Divine Gambit's so funny. We're gonna get destroyed by Sultai. I mean, Sultai's not gonna have creatures though, so we can put counters on their stuff. We have Triomes to up our swamp count, and Fabled Passage to find our swamp. And honestly, I would play Castle Lockwain even if it came into play tapped, because Castle Lockwain it's just so good. Okay, so chat, as we're waiting for our opponent, what other ways could we build this deck? So we built this. This is like +1/+1 counter focused. Someone mentioned Abzan Dragons. Like maybe you just play mid range and just play Shadrix for value. Going into green to get more +1/+1 counter stuff. Are you aware of anyone that owns all the arena cards with wild cards to spare? Like with or without spending money? Shadrix Daggerburner Historic. Yeah? I mean, that would be a way to take advantage of giving the opponent the tokens. I kind of like that idea. Wow. Shadrix OP. Our opponent is oh, look at that. Castle Lochwain and a swamp. All right, we're doing it. Comp 2 swamps. We broke it. Castle Lochwain looking good already. We could try Mardu removal, keeping your opponent's board clear of creatures or Shadrix each turn. That's actually a pretty good idea. So opponent's gonna have removal for days. I assume no matter what we do, it's just dying to a bolt here. I've had a green and white counters list in standard for a while. Ooh, let me see Arcane Laboratory. All right, Bone Crusher Giant, and a Bone Crusher Giant. Well, Luminarch Aspirant, Fabled Passage, Counter on Aspirant. Pass the turn. The counter deck looks sweet. I feel like we played something like that on Budget Magic like a while ago. But yeah, I think green does have some good counter synergies. Do you think Fastland should be evergreen? My friend and I were having the discussion. I'm curious your opinion. If I was going to make a land cycle evergreen, I would choose. Yeah, we've drawn a ton of lands this game. If I was going to make a land cycle evergreen, I would choose the buddy lands or check lands like Drowned Catacombs, Isolated Chapel, Galizeth. I think that is like the perfect standard land cycle. Opponent. Okay. Wow, another land. So many lands have been drawn. Well, all right. Okay. I think the backside is the best side. I mean, I don't think it's going to save us here. It's probably chump blocking a Bone Crusher Giant in typical Eldraine fashion, but shocks are really strong. That's the other thing. So the thing I don't like about evergreen lands. The thing I don't like about evergreen lands is they're going to get boring after a while. Like, you're just going to see the same cards over and over and over again. Well, alright. Oh my... Really? They come into play tapped? Oh, I should have known. I should have known. It's a Strixhaven card. Of course it comes into play tapped. Oh my god, in another land. Oh, sweet mother. Oh, that's so much worse. I mean, I think I knew, but it didn't really connect until I cast it, and I was like, oh, we're just gonna lose because it comes into play tapped. But yeah, I knew it in my head, but I didn't really connect how punishing that would actually be. Krusty Back, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription and the kind words. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fabled Passage being evergreen instead of Evolving Wilds actually makes a ton of sense. I would definitely support that. Yeah, even... It doesn't seem like it'd be that overpowered if they were untapped. It's a sorcery, so it's not like you can ambush anyone. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it'd be overpowered to me, but... alright. How can we beat a bunch of dragons? And just, like, infinite removal spells. So what's good against infinite removal? I mean, actually, Shadrix would be really sweet. We'll go down to Divine Gambit. We'll go down to Shalai. We'll go down to Blot Out this guy, which might be a little worse than I was expecting. And bring in Humiliates, maybe? Let's try it like that. The art is definitely super sweet. It's because of first day of class, too easy to make them 3/2 hasty guys. I have never heard about... I've never heard anyone mention first day of class until this stream. Well, there's a Shadrix. Until this stream, and it's come up like a... Arena. Every land into double 1 land, mulligan to 5, no magic hand. Well, that's magic for you. Bottom and bottom. Yeah, okay. Go. Well, play a land. Luminarchus Pirate. Come on, show us the Bone Crusher. I have never seen first day of class played. So, I definitely have not seen it catch on in Modern Dredge. I'll take that. Unfortunately, there's still a Bone Crusher coming. Pass the turn. I mean, Bone Crusher is played in a ridiculous amount of decks. Like, a mind-blowingly high percentage of decks. Opponent plays a land. That's how it goes. There's so many times... Oh, that wasn't in their hand a turn ago. Down to 16. Oh, here comes the lands. Pass the turn. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Have we talked about Historic Anthology 5? Did they actually announce it? I saw the 2 cards. The 2 cards that they... Yeah. I guess this is a... Well, so far so bad for Shadrix. I mean, the thing is, even if we do something... we know our opponent has Soulseer. So we still... This still just doesn't do anything. They can kill our... Well, they probably should have killed it with the trigger on the stack, but... Well, alright. We're down to 4. They showed 4 more? Oh, do you have a link? I have not seen... I saw Vorinclex in Whirler Rogue. Vorinclex, I think, is... Oh, boy, like, my God. Jeez. Ugh. Well, yeah. How about it? Passes. We'll play a Luminarchus Pirate. Put counters on things. Well, I mean, I'm a little surprised because we Thoughtseized our opponent and they had Soulseer. So I'm mostly surprised because we knew our opponent did not have... When we Thoughtseized our opponent, their hand was just Soulseer and nothing. They had a Bone Crusher in exile and a Soulseer. And then all those things just came in a row. The Tony Mac, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Well, we block. We go to 1. Castle Lockwane. Shut off. We get a counter. Opponent passes. More lands. Counter on his Byron. Well, I expect they're going to draw a Bone Crusher at some point. We haven't even drawn a Shadrix. Like, that was the whole point of this. Was to build a Shadrix deck, and we haven't seen it. Hey, what's up, Gwaggy? How are you? Opponent. Big Flyer. And a creature land. Yeah. Alright, what could we draw? Is there anything? I mean, we did start this game on the Mold of 5 as well. And opponent's going to say good game early. And cast a Scorching Dragon Fire for the Rubbins, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I think our opponent's just trolling, essentially. Well, we get a counter. About it. We draw Crawling Barrens and scoop it up. Oh, alright. Well, that, I don't think we really learned anything about the deck, because game 1 we flooded. Game 2 we mulled to 5 and we're mana screwed. We never drew a Shadrix, so I mean, the play with the burn spell didn't make much sense because we had to block anyway. TZ, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Put Heliod in there. Wait, but we... well, go Stone Coils there, bits. But we don't actually have, we don't have any life gain, right? What is Heliod gonna do? Yoda Man, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, we shall see. Land. Go. This game we're back to needing lands. Well, betting against this deck is probably an easy way to get some channel points. Opponents. Our old friend blot out the sky. Well, land on white. Go to combat. Attack. Oh, I don't know. Heliod's life gain ability is kind of expensive. A little bit expensive. I feel like you would need... That's awkward. I feel like you would need a more life gain synergies than that. Well, alright. 3 mana 2/1. Maybe, if they don't bother to counter it. Omen of the Sea. Hey, see you, Severus. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good day. Play some Modern tomorrow for stream, I think. Oh, about it. Yeah, we'll look at the anthology cards after this game. Opponent, getting their ramp on. Well, if our opponent doesn't have a sweeper and we draw lands, all right. Boy, we are set up to get blown out by a sweeper here, unfortunately. I guess Basri's Lieutenant's a little worse when everyone's playing exile-based sweepers. Yeah, that was the whole point of this deck, was to cast a Shadrix. Could we make Black-White Flyers a thing with Clarion Spirit? Well, we get to kill the Gargaroth. Vanishing Verse is actually a good card. Hitcha. Come on. Come on. One time, nothing. No sweepers, no ultimatums. Opponent facing down a lethal Inkling. Come on. Come on. Wait, what was the flyer question? Could we make black-white flyers a thing with Clarion Spirit and the 4-drop that gives counters when fly... Oh, they do have it. Okay. Well, a turn too slow were the Inklings. Well, we gave it a go. This is another card that it seems like they always have. They never don't have the Emergent Ultimatum. Kind of like Embercleave. I mean, maybe it's just every deck. Except Shadrix. We never have Shadrix. Nah. Alright. Well. On to game 2. Yeah, it is amazing how consistent Yarion is, even with all the cards. All right, so Divine Gambit out, Skyclave Apparition out. Probably just run it like that. Bring in the discard. Hope for the best. Well, that is the most popular deck, Krong, so it makes sense that you would see it a lot, for better or worse. It is a little too easy, I think. It would be more like, I don't know with Emergent Ultimatum, is the problem Emergent Ultimatum or the cards around it? Like, when I read Emergent Ultimatum, my first thought is like, oh, that could be a sweet card. Like, that could do... Huh. We need a swamp. All right, play this. Go. When I first read it, like, if people were just, like, playing it fairly and tutoring up, you know, a few random things, that would actually probably be pretty interesting. But since that people have figured out, like, the packages, and you always get the same things every time, I think that makes it a lot less interesting. It would be a lot more interesting if there was actually, like, some amount of choice going on. Huh. Well, this isn't good, is it? Well, we'll take Pelucranos. Our opponent can take our Shalai. Hey, what's up, Omnicron? How are you? Good to see you, good to see ya. I'll play this. Stone Coil X3. Go. Ultimatum really durs around. You have time to kill them before Ultimatum, and it isn't always I win. I mean, that's true. Well, yeah. I guess that's kind of true. But I feel like that still very much restricts the format. Like, if you look at our current standard, like, you have the Ultimatum deck, and that just puts a, like, ceiling on the format of, like, turn 6 or something. So then, how you compete against the Ultimatum deck is play something like Mono Red or Mono White that can win really quickly, or play something like Rogues, or like the Sultai control deck without Emergent Ultimatum that can just, like, counter... Ooh, we finally got a Shadrix. I mean, there's a Heartless Axe, so... But that is a Shadrix. Well, Master Cat. No creatures on the battlefield, but that's fine. Ticket up. Past the turn. Are we going to see the dragon finally? I mean, against our opponent's deck, we can put counters on things with little downside. They have no creatures. Maybe Shadrix is great against this deck if you actually get on the battlefield on time. An MTG Chandelar Street. Oh, no, it's never gonna happen. Okay. Velky. Take Shadrix. We know there's a Heartless Act to kill our next thing. I'll take a Bassery. Play a Fabled Passage past the turn. Yeah, the deck does not exist. We just built it and decided to give it a shot, so the deck is not listed anywhere. Doesn't our deck naturally counter Heartless Act? Somewhat, sort of. I mean, like, we can put counters on things, but if our opponent leaves up Heartless Act, they just kill it in response, so... So, yeah, that's kind of helpful. About it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Opponent makes a Shadrix. Well, we got to see a Shadrix. Score one for the good guys. Oh. Hey, what's up, Claude? How are you? Good to see you. Heartless Act will only remove the counter. Well, no, it doesn't have a counter. Like, if we play Shalai and then try to put a counter on it with Bassery, in response, our opponent could just kill it with Heartless Act. So once we get counters on stuff, they are protected. So opponent's going to draw a card. We are going to put a counter on our non-existent creatures. How broken would it be to have a Planeswalker that could take up at instant speed? I mean, Teferi from the core set does. I think that is a very powerful mechanic, but I don't think it's just like, wow, opponent is struggling to figure out how to resolve a Shadrix trigger. Remains the same. Welcome to the... Okay, I think they got there. Remains the same. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent goes attacking. Well, that's disappointing. That's how that went. We'll get a land out of our deck. We get hit with double strike. Play a land. Play Shally. Bassery's Lieutenant. Counter on it. Put a counter on it. Pass the turn. Yeah. If they're tapped, like, now that we are protected from the Heartless Act for the time being. Not protected from our Shadrix, but... Oh, dear. Oh, opponent. Yeah, Teferi ended up being a pretty reasonable Planeswalker, I think. Alright, let's see what our opponent figures out with this Shadrix activation. Shally does have cool art. I mean, so does Shadrix. About it. Wow. Gives us the flyer. Attacks. I mean, I guess we block. Wow, we have 0 cards and our opponent has 1,000,000. Why is this? About it. Elder Gargroth. Okay. Ozolith. Well, we'll play it. Draw a card. Stone Coil Serpent X1. Put a counter on it. Put a counter on it. I mean, our deck's kind of doing something. Yeah, I mean, Indestructible, yeah, it doesn't do a whole lot with the Gargaroth out, but yeah, Stonecoil does block the Shadrix. That's true. Yeah, they can remove the counters to kill it, so Stonecoil does still die to Heartless Act here. Opponent, land. I mean, the bigger issue is, at any moment, there could be a game-ending emergent ultimatum. So far we've kind of played a little back and forth thing. Like, our opponent's hit on cards, but we're doing things. But, our opponent has the one card I win the game that our deck doesn't have anything like that, where it's just like, oh, we win now. Opponent grows their dorks. And goes attacking. Goes attacking. Wait. Goes attacking. Yeah, I don't know if our opponent realizes that we can block the Shadrix. Draws a card. Well, we'll block. It is very disappointing that our opponent's the one with the Shadrix, when our entire reason of building this deck was play Shadrix. Opponent. 4-color sagas, eh? Ooh. Oh. Alright, sure. That's also really good. That looks fun. Atraxa Sagas is a cool way to build Atraxa. Alright. Eliminate, that also works. Yeah. So this is 8? Yeah, this is just over. Sure. Well, Shadrix worked for our opponent. But Shadrix went off for our opponent. What are the new historic anthology cards? Ojitai's Command. Ojitai's Command's fine. I like Ojitai's Command. There was a time many years ago when it was like playable-ish in Modern. Like, counter something, get back a Snapcaster. We played it in like Blue-White Ameria. The life gain is fine. As far as what it does in Historic, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what, if anything. Trash for Treasure is cool. Ooh, downgraded to Uncommon. Oh, Wizards. Wizards paying us back after making us pay rare wild cards for 1,000,000 commons. Has decided to give back to the community by knocking Trash for Treasure down to Uncommon. Actually, Trash for Treasure, it's interesting with like Magma Opus, I think, being able to discard a spell, so you can like discard the spells to make the artifact to then reanimate Torrential Gearhulk, maybe? Something like that. But Trash for Treasure is like a legitimately cool card. These are cards coming in the new Historic Anthology. Ancient Grudge, good sideboard card. Still see some Modern play. Same with Ray of Revelation. Those cards they're fine. They're reasonable. Kind of wish they had the old art on Ancient Grudge instead of the Innistrad art, but whatever. Whatever, that is acceptable. Huh, why are these the only cards spoiled? Well, so we've seen this. We saw old Vorinclex. Yeah, those are Historic Anthology 5 cards. We saw old Vorinclex, which I actually really hate old Vorinclex. I like new Vorinclex, but I really do not like old Vorinclex. The good news is they are not. Vorinclex isn't really playable, so I don't think it's gonna actually do anything. Is Ojitai gonna see players in a meme? Ojitai's Command? Wait, do they spoil more? Are those only 4 cards, or is this like a spoiler day where they actually spoiled? Oh, there's 5 cards. No, it's 4 cards. Yeah, that was a whole article. Well, if you see more cards, let me know. Because I'm curious what... Oh, we have a Shadrix this time. And we're on the play, and we have a reasonable number of lands. This might be Shadrix's time to shine, finally. I mean, so Ojutai's Command... I think that it could see play. I think it's good enough that it could potentially see play. I don't think it's... a 4 of in... Ooh, another one we need. We need the lands. I don't think it's a 4 of in any deck that I can think of in Historic. And Historic is in a weird place right now. Like, I don't know. Historic, if you look at the most recent tournaments, I think we're getting close to the point where they're probably... Hey, welcome, Charismatic. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Ooh, yes, that is what we wanted to see. I think we're getting close to the point where we're going to start to see some bannings of Mystical Archives. And hilariously, Tainted Pack might be the first to... Oh, that's so much card draw. Tainted Pack might be the first to go. I think that Tainted Pact is probably going to be... Yeah, well, opponent's going to be drawing a few Magic the Gathering cards here. Shieldbreaker. Gets in with Innkeeper. Ugh. I have a feeling this ends with an Ember Cleave to our face. Tronte! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Well, I mean, Vanishing Verse isn't bad. Crack this. Yeah, Oracle's a card. I love alt win conditions. They're like the foundation of Against the Odds, and I absolutely love them. However, I do think that Oracle is pretty boring, too easy. Like, Laboratory Maniac, I think, is about the right power level for that effect. Thassa's Oracle, I think, is just too good for what that effect is, to the point where it's just not even really interesting. There's not really any risk. There's not any counterplay. It's just like, if you exile your deck, you win, and there's nothing you can do about it, which I think is a little bit dull to me. Oh, I hope we draw land for Shadrix. We might finally get a Shadrix on the battlefield. I wonder if a fractal deck could work. Is it possible to build fractals? Oh! All right, Shadrix. Play it. Dragon it. Well, we need counters. How many cards does our opponent have? 5? You know what? We want counters. You can get the Inkling. And we will attack and attack. All right. Dragon's going off. Sure. Block away on our token. It's Shadrix time. It's finally Shadrix time. If they printed all those commands, that would be very impactful, I think. I think that Kolaghan's command's good, Atarka's command's good, Dramoka's command's good. I actually think that Ojutai's command is very safe. Out of all the commands, it might be the one that would see the least play. Slumgar's command is pretty low, too. Opponent, gonna kill a token. Well. Basri's Lieutenant. Oh, this is actually kind of hilarious. Play the land. This time, you get the counters. We will draw a card. Actually, hang on. You get counters, we make an Inkling, and we'll draw a card. So we draw a card. We put counters on our opponent's stuff. That's going to grow their stuff to the extent that they can't attack with Lovestruck Beast. Shadrix combo. The synergies are overwhelming. Oh, I don't know why you'd play. I don't think that new Vorinclex would actually see play at Sultai Ultimatum. The current Sultai Ultimatum decks just win the game if they resolve the ultimatum. So I would actually be surprised to see that. And Vorinclex doesn't. Vorinclex, like, annoys you a lot if it sits out for a while. You know what? We're gonna do this the fun way. What do you think? What do you think, chat? What do you think? Will it win us the game? Will we lose? What's the worst that could happen? Come on. Come on. Come on, Divine Gambit. Come on. Ah! Just an Embercleave. It's just an Embercleave. It's gonna work. Ah! Yes. I mean, it was still horrible. It let our opponent put an Evercleave into play, but it kind of worked. It got the blocker out of the way. I'm going to count that as a Divine Gambit win. That counts. Not only a Divine Gambit win, also a Shadrix win. We broke it. We broke the format. We figured it out. The format is broken. Call it a day. Divine Gambit and Shadrix, stick them together, and you beat Eldraine. We solved it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why anyone else has thought of it yet. Probably because it combines two cards that look very, very questionable. Oh, that was actually hilarious. Our Shadrix was actually really good. As bad as Divine Gambit is, killing someone with it is kind of hilarious. That does make it very worth it. Other creatures get -1/-1. Are we actually playing this? This is what gets Innkeepers and... It also gets most of our deck. Yeah, it's just a one-of. Maybe it's fine. Skyclave Ozolith. We gotta cut something, though. We're not cutting Divine Gambit. Divine Gambit is the hero. Oh, also, as we are sideboarding here, a super quick reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and if you need some Magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Yeah, I guess Blot's pretty bad. Blot has actually been very unimpressive. Very unimpressive. All right, one Ozolith. We're gonna like that. Oh, so much is bad versus Stomp. Our deck is bad versus Stomp. Is Gambit a Commander card? I think the Gambit is significantly worse in Commander than in Constructed. Because in Commander, people actually play really big, scary things. Crater Hoofs and Eldorazis and Omnisciences. So I think it's actually... it's not a card that's designed for Commander. It's even worse in Commander than in 60-card formats. Huh. What are you putting to the bottom? Yeah, let's try it like that. Keep all the 2-drops. Divine Gambit is only good in Limited. I would say that's even a stretch. I don't even think it's good in Limited. People keep trying to convince me that it's good in Limited, but I don't actually think that it is. I think that it is... Limited is the format where it is not necessarily always going to immediately kill you. Whether or not that actually qualifies as good is I guess, dependent on your definition of good. Like, it's not even really? Alright, let's say you're drafting. Where are you looking to take Divine Gambit? Like, I haven't done a ton of drafts of this set. I would be looking at it as, like, literally 15th, 14th, 13th. Like, I would be looking to take it, like, it's very late in the pack. And my expectation would be that I would only play it if... I guess we kill Innkeeper? And my expectation would be I would only play it if I did not have other removal. I would be hoping that I would have enough better removal that I would not have to play it. Because I could definitely construct scenarios where it's... Ooh, Zika's Chariot. I can construct scenarios where it's fine. Like, it's late game, your opponent's empty-handed, etc., etc., etc. Like, I can... Wow, we're pretty far behind on board here. So I can construct those scenarios, but I feel like most of the time, it's actually going to just blow you out. Or be stuck in your hand, essentially. Not blow you out. Like, if you're playing it properly or optimally in limited, I would guess that you would essentially try to never cast it until your opponent's empty-handed. Or if you get to the point where your opponent plays their 6-mana game-ending Mythic Bomb or something, and you're like, okay, like, no matter what... Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, Magda kind of going off here. Like, your opponent plays their 6-mana Mythic Bomb, and you're like, whatever. No matter what they put into play, it's... Oh, God. Wow. Is that turn 4? That's turn 4. That is, well, that was impressive. That was not even a little close there. We did not draw our Divine Gambit, though, in defense of our deck. If we had run the Divine Gambit... Always kill the Magda first? I don't know. I feel like our opponent only had 3 cards in hand. I feel like killing the card that draws them action makes more sense. I don't know. I probably would have just... I probably would make the same choice again, honestly. Because I feel like by taking the Magda, our best bet is their hand is like 2 lands and a random adventure card or something. And then if we take the Magda, then they draw back into the game with Innkeeper. If we take the Innkeeper, what are they going to do with the Magda? But, alright, opponent. Alright. Stomp away, stomp away. I mean, if the Spirant lives, it's good. How about that Chandelar stream? I played Ooh, opponent has a tap land. I played Chandelar for Against the Odds April Fool's video a couple of years ago, and it was kind of fun. I don't know how I would imagine it being for an entire stream. Well, let's just try to play things that don't get bone crushed. Stone Coil. Counter on Aspirant. Out of Bone Crusher range. Hit ya. Oh, we need a Shadrix. We need a Shadrix. That's the missing piece. Opponent's going to start drawing cards. Lovestruck Beast. You have to keep in mind that this form is very spell heavy, which helps make Gambit better. Well, land, crack it. Swamp. Bassary's Lieutenant. Counter on the Lieutenant. Counter on the Lieutenant. No attacks. Oh, I mean, we're going off with counters. We're going off with counter. Oh. Our deck is doing its thing. Unfortunately, our opponent's deck is doing their thing, and their thing is from Eldraine, and ours is from not Eldraine. This is what happens when Edgewell Innkeeper lives. We draw more lands. Well, counter on the Lieutenant. Land on black. Oh. I mean, we're putting counters on things, but where's this going? Opponent. Do you think we will see Snapcaster in Historic? I think we will see Snapcaster in Historic eventually, but I don't think we are to the point yet. I think, especially with Mystical Archives, I think that they're pretty busted. Well, Triome. Go to combat. Attack, attack. Opponent blocks. Wow, okay. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, there's Shadrix. Ugh. Well, huh. Yeah, I guess we should have played this. I guess we should have done that differently pre-combat. Pass the turn. Is anyone playing Shahrazad for no ban list Commander Clash on Friday? No. That was banned. We might do something. We've been talking about trying to do something specifically with Shahrazad in the future, but yeah, it was banned for this episode. The game would never end. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. Counters. And you know what? You can draw a card. Yeah, we don't. I love how it reminds you. And it's like, are you sure you want to do this thing that you literally have to do? It gives you that warning side. It gives you the Shadrix warning. It's like, you're doing something very beneficial for your opponent. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do it? And you're like, come on now. Like, do we want to? No. Is that what the card says we have to do? Yes. Oh, we're going to do some attacking. Maybe Shadrix's good. Wow. Defensive Embercleave. Maybe Shadrix's actually good. And no one's ever tried it. It might be happening. Opponent. Yeah, blocks. Sure. Blocks, sure. Block, sure. Oh! Oh! Take that, Eldraine. Take that, Eldraine. Pass the turn. Opponent. Now what? Lovestruck Beast draws a card. Opponent. Oh, I don't really want to throw away the 3/3s. They're going to keep getting better with Shadrix out, theoretically. And opponent scoops it up. Oh, Shadrix! Shadrix power! That was actually pretty good. Right. Oh, let me Maybe that was a case of not reading my cards. I assume that it said non-token, but does it not say non-token? Huh. Alright. Yeah, well, I guess we should have attacked then. Basri's Lieutenant, actually reasonable. It's not Shadrix? How, oh, rogues. Oh, jeez. Oh, dear. Alright, well. Huh. Well, go Shalai. Triumph, go. Ojutai's command might be good in a blue-white blink deck. Yeah, I think that's the kind of shell where it could be pretty good. Like, we played it a long time ago in Modern Emeria, and I think that blue-white blink would be kind of similar to that. I think the main thing is you want creatures that you can get back with the reanimate mode. That is probably the most powerful. The most powerful lines usually involve that mode. So, like, Charming Prince style decks is probably going to be the oh no, Double Thieves Guild Enforcer, probably going to be the go-to. Well, opponent mills a million. We'll play a land. We will Skyclave. Get a Thieves Guild Enforcer. Go attacking. Counters on things. Pass the turn. Shalai was the Dominarian Angel that gave Hexproof. This one is Shelly. Oh. Shelly and Shalai. Alright. I think Wizards are running out of names. They're getting to the point where they just change a letter. They change a letter, change an accent. Did you see Wizards actually asking on Twitter, what about reusing card names? What do you think about that idea? What do you think about the idea of straight up reusing card names? Like, hey, it's been a while since we've reprinted Black Lotus. Print another card. Like, that was a really good name. We can't reprint it because of the reserve list, so I tend to think it would be a really bad idea, personally. I think that the thinking was, like, we can do it, like, there's some old cards that are not popular, but they have really good names. Go to combat, attack. But they have really good names. So it's a shame that we, like, wasted this really good card name on a random common from Mirage that no one cares about. It's a shame that we wasted a really good card name on that. Which I think is kind of, it is a shame that they wasted good card names on bad cards. At the same time, I don't think you can actually use the same name. That seems like it would have all kinds of rules implications that would probably not be a positive. What about if it was only for unpopular cards? Would that make you feel any better about it? If it was only cards that people didn't care about? Like, obviously Black Lotus is a horrible example, but like, let's look at an old set. Like, let's go back to Legacy. Let's literally go to Mirage. There's probably some sweet bad card names. Pacifism. But, like, what about Flare? Like, Flare is not a bad burn spell name. They're never going to print this. 3 mana, 1 damage to anything, draw a card at the beginning of the next upkeep. Or Jolt. Tap or untap target artifact, creature, or land, draw a card at the beginning of the next upkeep. They just don't format cards like that anymore. What if they wanted to reuse Jolt, which is a simple 4-letter, 1-word, card name? The kind of card names that we would want. Like, do you think that would be worth it? Still no good? I mean, I tend to agree with you that I think that reusing card names would probably be just a bad thing all around. Well, opponent hits us, no blocks. Ugh. I think I'm starting to realize that I'm just, like, tired of playing against basically all the top tier standard decks. I've noticed that as I play standard more and more. Like, it doesn't really matter what the deck is. I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of playing against it. Like Rogues, Emergent Ultimatum, Adventures. It's not that it's broken or like any of those cards are specifically like miserable or anything. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm just ready for new standard. I'm ready for new standard in rotation in like, we've just been playing against the same things for a really long time now. Rogues, I think that's actually, Rogues, a couple of key pieces come from Zendikar, but, and it's possible that some kind of rogue deck exists after rotation. But I think if you actually look at the rogue deck list, I think Rogues mostly goes away at rotation. I wouldn't want to say that there couldn't be some build of Rogues that exists, but if you actually look at the deck list, so yes, Wind Robber, Ruin Crab, Soaring Thought Thief, the key, like, tribe members are from Zendikar. However, Lurrus, gone. That's a big deal. Thieves Guild of Force are gone. That is a huge deal. Drown in the Loch gone. That is also a huge, huge, huge deal. Into the Story gone. Also a huge deal. So even though they keep, like, most of the actual rogues, I think unless rogues gets more support in, like, the D&D set or whatever, I think that rogues will either be, like, tier 3 or they will just not exist after rotation. Oh. Yeah. Boom. Out of here. Out of here, Thieves Guild Enforcer. Not Lurrus in that back. Oh! Okay. Okay, we'll pay. We'll pay the price. Oh! And nothing? Alright. Alright! Divine Gambit! Divine Gambit! Divine Gambit! Going off! Oh, no! I should not have attacked with Shalai. That's fine. We got it more damage. Still shouldn't have attacked with it. We get a token for for it. And counters on the Ozless, so that's actually fine. Divine Gambit! Divine Gambit! We have a bunch of gift subs. I was too excited that Divine Gambit it never works! From Dock of Myth. Killery, Cherry Mingola, Lenny, and Mel WMW. Welcome to the Fishbowl with gift subs from Dog of Myth. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent passing. Well, play Luminarch Aspirant. Opponent. Thinking about how they just got Divine Gambited. Opponent. Well, put some counters on things. Alright, they have a removal spell. Sure. Well, go attacking. Get in there. I mean, they are going to be able to start doing annoying Lurrus shenanigans, but opponent blocks. Sacks to draw a card. Oh! Lurrus going away will be nice, too. Sadly, older formats don't rotate, but Lurrus. We might have to do a 1 year. We might have to do a 1 year recap on a 1 year recap on companions. Now that it's essentially been 1 year since they were printed, that would probably actually be very interesting. I'll keep attacking. Unfortunately, the combo of Lurrus and things dying is a good one. The D&D set's going to be very interesting. Opponent. Wait. What are we getting punted for this time? Opponent blocks and blocks. We get some tokens and some counters. We got to get to the point where our opponent has to block with the Lurrus and lose the Lurrus. Because that's a card that is keeping our opponent in this game. Another Wind Robber. Not there yet. Opponent. Oh, there's Shadrix. There it is. I mean, will it resolve? Looks like no, sadly. Oh my goodness, that's obnoxious. Sure. I mean, see, this is actually like a pretty great example of how rotation is going to kill rogues. If like Lurrus is the only thing that's keeping our opponent in this game, like our opponent would a million percent be dead if Lurrus did not exist. So yeah, like this is actually a shining example of. I mean, if we attack with Bastardy's Lieutenant, they just block, kill it, and then recast their thing from the graveyard again. So when Lurrus out, there's just no point. Another Wind Robber. Well, okay, then they block, sack, draw a card, recast it. Like there's no the opponent blocks, sacks, draws a card, which if we attack, we're forcing our opponent to draw a card when they're choosing not to draw cards now. So in every attack with a Serpent and win. Well, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we hit our, I mean, we don't win, but we do force the Lurrus block, which is pretty valuable. Yeah, let's draw a card first. Maybe we just attack with everything. Then our opponent blocks here, draws a card. So they block here, draw a card. They put 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we attack here, our opponent 1, 2, 3, 4. They go up to 5, down to 2, but they lose the Lurrus. We attack here. Our opponent blocks, sacks. They're going to draw an extra card. We attack here. This trades with a Thought Thief, I guess. Oh, you're right. That can't block the circuit. Maybe we do win here. So I guess we will not attack here then. So 1, 2, 3. All right, maybe we're good. I think we got there. Opponent blocks a bit. Well, apparently protection from multicolor is somewhat relevant. Who would have thought? Oh, I mean, they still get to draw cards here, and if they hit an eliminate, they're still in this game. Oh, thank goodness they did not. Oh, rogues. I mean, Lurrus does gain life. It just couldn't block it. I think for the first time in the history of Magic, I think we're sideboarding in Divine Gambit. We're sideboarding in another Divine Gambit. We're doing it. Divine Gambit won us that game. I know it doesn't sound believable, but I'm coming around. Hamasuki! I mean, we wanted with Divine Gambit, so I'm great. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Divine Gambit. Say it with me, chat. We broke it. Alright, what else is good against rogues? We want our escape stuff. Humiliate, maybe? This exiles, right? Exiling is relevant against rogues. Clean to dust. Alright, we're getting there. We have a new donation from Lucid. $5 donation. Gambitten or Gambrot? I don't know what that's in. Is it Divine Gambit or Divine Gambit? I think Divine Gambit. And thank you for the donation, by the way. I missed a sub. Oh, Doug, I'm so sorry. Hang on. Let me sideboard it, and I will find it. My apologies, Doug. What are we doing here? I was too excited about the Divine Gambit, Doug. In my defense, Divine Gambit was good. If there is ever an excuse for missing someone's sub, it's got to be winning with a game with Divine Gambit. That's got to be number one on the list, I think. Winning a game with Divine Gambit. 20 seconds. Do we actually want Extinction Event? All right. Try it like that. We have, welcome back to the Fishbowl. I was going to say new donation, but it's a resub from Dog Dane Wildfire. 30 months. How was my weekend? My weekend was better than this hand. My weekend was not bad. I went and saw my mother for Mother's Day, so that was nice. Yeah, other than that, what did I do? Recorded some Budget Magic. Mother's Day stuff. Nothing super exciting, honestly. But it was nice. Well, play a Plains. Pass the turn. Cling to Dust is a card that we want a lot. Ooh. Our opponent being mana screwed, also not bad for us. And we got Shaq. I'm just gonna call it Shaq. I think that's close enough. And it is a little bit like Shaq. You ever watch Shaq play basketball? Did you go see a house recently? How's that going? Oh yeah, I've been trying to get a house. There was this one that I really liked, but it was. So there's one that I really liked. 2 mana. There was one that I really liked, but the housing market is ridiculously crazy right now. So I don't know if any of you have tried to buy a house recently, but it's kind of absurd. But basically, you can't just like buy a house. You can't just like buy a house right now. All the houses around here, at least, are like almost like auctions where you have to. They'll have a date and you have to like put in what you would be willing to pay, and then they accept the best offer. So I've been looking for a couple of months, like somewhat seriously, and I finally found a place that I really liked. Unfortunately, I did not bid high enough and did not get the house, but there will be more. First, you must collect 3 musical talismans from across the land. Ooh, that's not good. Soaring Thought Thief. Exile a card. If it's a creature card, you gain 3 life. Otherwise, draw a card. I mean, we would actually love to hit a land for Shadrix here. Okay, there's a land. Oh, Shadrix is going to body this opponent. Yeah, Cat Beast. Shadrix. We will take the counters. You can get the token, I guess. Attack. Oh! Divine Gambit. Shadrix taking down rogues. Our deck's kind of working, chat. It's kind of working. Our combined powers have been enough. Oh. So yeah, it's actually been working out. So I'm still looking. I'm hopeful that something will. I should also update this deck list with our beautiful Shadrix deck. So something will work out eventually, but yeah, it's definitely a lot more challenging. It's really funny because like not that long ago, especially around here in upstate New York, like I remember people trying to sell their houses and them just like literally sitting around for 6 months, a year, 2 years. Like I did not expect the problem would be finding a house. I thought it'd be super easy because that's normally how it'd been here. But yeah, things are wild right now with all the COVID stuff. So it has actually been challenging. What is the average house price in upstate New York? I mean, it's up a bit, but it's pretty cheap. I think as far as compared to most places. I think right now, and it's up ridiculously. I think it's around like 150,000 in the area where I live, and that's significantly compared to where it was like 6 months or a year ago. Mono white A. Well, Triome go. So, okay, I should show you. I wonder if I can find. I will show you the house I was looking at. The one that I actually really wanted to get. I will give you an idea of what I was trying to get, and like I said, well, unless something crazy happens, I won't get it. I guess it's possible that like someone makes an offer, but it doesn't end up working out, and then someone else gets it. But it'll actually surprise if you're from someplace else, you will be surprised at how much house you can get for its price in upstate New York. I mean, there's definitely downsides to upstate New York too. A big one being that I think you'd be like legitimately shocked. And obviously, I don't know what it was sold for, but the house I'm going to show you in a minute, it was 1, 2, 3. The house I'm going to show you after this match, the one I was going for, its asking price was 150,000, and when I talked to a realtor agent, they said to have a competitive offer, you're probably gonna have to go $25,000 or $30,000 over the asking price. So who knows? Maybe it sold for 200,000 or something, for all I know. But still, I think you'll be like legitimately. You're gonna be shocked. I will show you this. You're gonna be like seriously, legitimately shocked when you see the house. I think. Like just how nice it is compared to, like you'll just be absolutely surprised. Well, it has a pending offer still, so it's not finished yet. So I should be able to figure it out eventually. But right now the sale's still not final. Oh, triple Skyclave apparition. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. Well, play a land on white. Play Shack. I feel like our opponent just had an insane draw this game. Well, I guess our opponent gets to draw a card, unfortunately. We got to get the blocker. Yeah, that was a really good aggro draw. Opponent, land. And well, I think we would rather have a blocker and let our opponent draw a card than not have this blocker. Or maybe we'll draw our opponent into a Shatter Skull Smashing. Jeez. Opponent makes a dork. One thing I have learned is we are cutting Blot out this guy. As sweet as our deck has been, Oh my god, is Blot Out the Sky just it is a really bad card. It's just really, really bad. The fact that the things come into play tapped just kills it. I think that just makes it unplayable, unfortunately. So, Blot Out the Sky, going out. I don't even think that was necessary. Like, I don't think it needs to come into play untapped to not be too overpowered, but who knows? Who knows? Alright, give it a go. If it was an instant coming to play tap would make sense. Hey, what's up, Dylan? How are you? If it was instant coming to play tapped would make sense. But being sorcery and coming into play tapped, it's kind of like you have to wait until your turn before doing anything. Let me see if I can. We'll play first. I'll show you after this game. I'll show you the house. I still think you're going to be shocked. It's probably going to make all of you. It's probably going to make all of you want to move to upstate New York because of the cheap houses, and then it'll be the new Magic hotspot. We can start a little LGS, have our own GPs. Wow. Opponent, mulligan, scoop. Well, run it back. Inkshield would probably be busted in standard, honestly. I think it would probably be too good. Inkshield is sweet, though. What do we cut? Okay. We'll just Vanishing Verse. Besides the really bad winters and hot summers, Upstate New York is awesome. I've been here my entire life. I didn't actually realize that, like, apparently, scientifically, Upstate New York is, like, the snowiest place in the country. I guess there's a couple of other towns that are similar, but if you just look at, like, the snowiest cities in the country, like Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester are all in the top 5. So yeah, it's a snowy place. Get a swamp. This hand's land heavy, but we do have removal. Opponent, all about the bad lessons. Do you think that our opponent scooped because they were? Do you think our opponent scooped because they were on the draw? Did our opponent just, like, lose the die roll and scoop as a result? Alright. Skyclave Apparition. Who would have thought? Another one of those. Well, land on black past the turn. Let's see if our opponent has a Winota. Redane. Okay. Well, Heartless Act. Kill Skyclave. Get a token. Kill Usher. Plains. Skyclave. Redane. Alright, we're fighting the good fight. Shadrix coming. Another Redane. No blocks. Well, Crawling Barons. Shadrach. You can get a 2-1. We're at 10? We'll draw a card. No attacks. Come on. Come on, Shadrix. Hold, hold, hold. Selfless Savior. Professor of Symbology. Gets a not removal spell. Land on white. Basri's Lieutenant. Counter on Shadrix. Luminarch Aspirant. Go to combat. Oh, I mean, if they get Winota, we're wrecked. Wrecked. Oh, I don't know what to do here. I feel like we can't let our opponent draw because their mana screw is very helpful for us. And if they hit a land and play Winota, we will probably immediately die. But we can't keep giving our opponent flyers or we're going to die. Yeah. I really want to counter on our team because of Basri's Lieutenant. Alright, you get one more flyer. We grow the dorks. No attacks this turn. Pass the turn. Ooh, opponent. Land. Inkling Summoning. Okay, that is not a Winota. Well, we will play a land. Crack the land. Get a plains. Play a Stone Coil Serpent. Go to combat. None. Counter on Basri's Lieutenant. Hit ya. Oh, this is so close. All right, down to 14. No Winotas. Usher of the Fallen. Sure. Spirit Summoning. Sure. Opponent. I'll cycle the Triome. Removal would be good. This is getting very interesting. You can choose none, but if you choose one, you gotta choose two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh. All right, play Shally. Go to combat. No, none. Counter on Basri's Lieutenant. Attack with Basri's Lieutenant. Opponent chumps. I mean, if they ever draw Winota, we're still dead. Conface, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Opponent plays a land. Kenrith, but no mana to activate. Oh my god. Oh my god. Opponent. Well, draw a card. Oh, this is so close. Triome. Finishing verse. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Well, kill your Kenrith. Go to combat. None. Counter on Shelly. Attack, attack. Opponent blocks. Blocks. Stuff dies. We pass the turn. Oh. Yeah, we get a token to replace it. Selfless Savior. Okay, that's not Winota. Professor of Zoology, also not Winota. Oh, this game has been so close. Oh, they're adolescents. Well, we will cycle the Triome. Fabled Passage. Land. Well, land on black. Draw a card. Down to 6. Oh! 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 Okay. Okay. Okay, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. That's actually the time when Divine Gambit's good. Oh. They got no cards in hand. Well, get rid of Redain. Would you like to put something into play, opponent? I think we're still gonna say no. We're gonna put a counter on the token. Attack, attack. Opponent blocks. Oh, it's all coming down to this. Opponent goes to 6. No Winota. No Winota. No. I think it's Bone Crusher. Oh, it's a land. Okay. Opponent passes. We play Ozolith. Just in case. Ah! Divine Gambit win! Divine Gambit. You know what? Somehow, since we've thrown this deck together, we've actually just been winning and winning and winning. And Divine Gambit has actually been oddly, awkwardly good. What is our record with this deck? Are we 4-1? I think we're 4-1. We should have been keeping better track. I think it's either 3-1 or 4-1, I think. But the deck's actually been working. No one expects a Divine Gambit, and our live brew chat has actually been kind of good. Of course, like, things need to change. Blot Out the Sky is putrid, and I'm sure it could still be improved in a lot of ways. But Shadrix has been actually sweet. Divine Gambit has been sweet. This has actually been working. It's actually been working. All right, you want to see this house? All right, here's an idea. Here's an idea of. Oh, hang on. All right, let me give you an idea of. I'm trying to figure out how to actually do it. All right. Take a look. So this was the house I was looking at. $150,000 was the asking price. So I mean, you got a house, looks decent. Got a nice yard. Got a basketball hoop. It's out kind of in the country, but I mean, it looks pretty decent, pretty big, and it has the backyard is like the best part. It has I don't even know what you'd call this room, but it's got like the hot tub going on with this big back room. It has this sweet like recording studio area. This would be a sweet recording studio. The back, it's got like a pool with a deck attached to the house, a huge yard that is fully fenced in with a fire pit, like this massive fully fenced in yard. Yeah, like it's got 2 different like shed outbuildings, a 2-car detached garage, like comes with a bunch of wood apparently. Yeah, like I was blown away. I was blown away that I don't know. That's kind of like what's going on in upstate New York, and that's actually like expensive. And you got free wood. Like who wouldn't want free wood? Free wood. That's what the sign said. It said free wood. I asked some kids to write it. You know, some of the neighborhood kids. I had some wood to give away, so I asked them to write a sign for free wood, and they must have wrote that as a joke. Those little buggers. But yeah, wouldn't you think it would be way more expensive in most areas? The house in see, that's what I would assume. Like, if it was in California or like Washington or something, it would be easily over $1 million. So here I guess it's one. Well, at least we get to put Blot Out this guy to the bottom. It's like 1/10 of the price of where it would be in a more expensive area. What's the internet like? Well, that's wow, Triumtron. That's always one of my first questions when it comes to looking at houses, because I gotta have good internet, and it's not insane internet, but it's the same internet I have now, so it's about as good as it gets for the area, I would say. Well, I guess we kill the innkeeper and hope we can figure out how to deal with the rest of this. Opponent untaps. My house is nearly 150 for 0.5 acres, 1,200 square feet. Yeah. Oh, no, come on. Gambit's actually been legitimately good. A couple of times. Gambit paying off again. That's twice that they haven't put anything into play. It's actually working sometimes. Ugh, first Iron games. I mean, we're still incredibly far behind. Like, we're still almost certainly not going to be able to catch up. Opponent. Oh, yeah. Opponents just went super wide. First throwing games is so bad. Opponent hits us. Land, eh? Yeah, we're just way... opponent just got off to a really fast start on the play this game. Our place is 1/3 of an acre, 2,600 square feet. Current estimate over $1 million. Upstate New York, it's cheap. Well, houses are cheap. The taxes are expensive. Count Joku, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent. Oh, jeez. All right. Yeah. Well, go aggro. Heartless Accent, Extinction Event, and boy, Karavik actually seems absurd if we draw it. Like, it seems so good. We never draw it. Blot Out the Sky is definitely being cut whenever we finish our league. How about gas prices? You need a car for just about everything. That is true. You need a car for everything in upstate New York. Everything is very far away. It would be like if you lived in a city, maybe like Rochester or Syracuse or something, maybe you'd be okay. But even there, it's not like a real big city where you can use public transport for everything. But yeah, if you're living in the more rural areas, and gas is like fairly expensive, I guess. But I think gas is like fairly expensive everywhere. Well, we will continue our mulliganing tradition. Alright. We'll try this. Who we shall keep. We will put a plains to the bottom. Land go. Opponent. Fabled Passage, and passes. Opponent. Alright, gonna match our Fabled Passage cracking with one of their own. I'll get our swamp. Shall we go? No bone crushing, please. Opponent. Passes. Oh. Stone Coil Serpent. Alright, it was just the old Eldraine slow roll. I see how it is, opponent. The old border Fable Passage is super sweet. Plains for our opponent. And I would spend all my gas money on grocery delivery fees. Yeah, seriously. Opponent. Ugh. I don't play the land. Go attacking. Opponent trades. Whew. Whole land. The right Bob is my fave. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, opponent. Going to town. Spellbinding us, which is going to be insane because we are a little mana screwed. Well, Stone Coil Serpent. Counter it up. Sure. Pass the turn. Wegmans is one of the better supermarket chains. That is an upside of upstate New York. Yeah, Wegmans is pretty excellent. Alright, a little bit of Eldraine, and yeah, Celia Spellbinder is just going to be a Thoughtseize here. We're never Never gonna get to 6 mana. Oakham Adversary. I'll play a land. Basri's Lieutenant. Go attacking. Opponent blocks. We pass the turn. Clarion Spirit. Oh, it's Innkeeper. Kind of want another Karavik in the sideboard. I feel like this is a matchup where Karavik would be insane. Well, this isn't bad. Let's go odd. Go attacking. Now what about it? With your Eldraine gone, whatever will you do? Okay. Opponent. Dealing with the Abyss now, where they're going to be blocking every turn. Rune of Might. Okay. Oh, is this a combo deck? Oh, also, after this match, we will find someone sweet to raid, but I'm going to have to go upload the podcast. It is everyone's favorite day, podcast day. I'll go to combat. Attack you. Opponent blocks. And the funny thing about Eldraine is I really like the flavor of Eldraine. Like, I think the flavor of Eldraine's really sweet. They just push it a little far with the power level. Showdown of the Scalds. Okay. Land, Giant Killer. Opponent cracks. Today we talk about the Arena Open a bit, about some of the issues. Oh, I forgot to ask you, did any of you try to play the Arena Open? What was your experience with the Arena Open this week? So yeah, Arena Open. All right, opponent's going off. I'm actually not sure we can beat this. Like, our opponent might just do this forever. And we might not be able to ever beat it as a result. Is there any way we can actually... Yeah, I heard it was really bad. And then, spoilers, of course. All the new cards. I'll go to combat. Attack. Opponent blocks and blocks. That Spellbinder actually ended up being massive for our opponent. The Spellbinder, like, getting this Basri's Lieutenant and keeping us from being able to play another threat was actually absolutely insane. Like, that was huge for our opponent. Yeah, also Fishmail. Fishmail, spoilers, and Arena Open were the main topics. So we can kill the Giant Killer end step if we want to. Trying to get as much information as possible. Opponent going to grow the dork, going to draw another new hand of cards. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, there's no way. They got us. There's just no way we can beat that many Giant Killers. Ever. Opponent goes to combat. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I mean, Kill a giant killer, but there's a million more. Untap. Alright, Divine Gambit. Alright, Divine Gambit. Alright, Divine Gambit. Alright. 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 Come on. Hold. Alright, Rune of Might to draw another card. Well, we go attacking. Force the double block. Opponent blocks and blocks. The board temporarily dealt with. Pass the turn. Somehow we've been stuck on 4 lands. Like, that Spellbinder is just the hardest discard spell. That was another good Gambit. That was actually a good Gambit. I mean, I think the Gambit, we're playing it as a meme. When you consider that, like, 99%, well, not 99, but, like, the problem is, like, 95% of the time, or 90% of the time, Vanishing Verse is the same thing, or, like, Heartless Act is basically the same thing, except there's no risk. That I don't actually think that it's... Yeah, opponent, of course, more giant killing. So yeah, I mean, it's been good in these games. It legitimately has been. And maybe it's slightly better than absolutely horrible. But I do think that it's still mostly a meme more than anything. Yeah. I mean, our deck is fighting and clawing and trying real hard, but our opponent has... Let's look at these numbers. 28, 43. Our opponent has drawn 15 more cards than us. 15 more cards. Like, it's amazing that we're even, like, kind of in this game, considering that our opponent has drawn 15 more cards than us, which is just absolutely absurd. Like, we've just been mana screwed this whole game, and, like, getting wrecked by Spellbinders. Yeah, it's actually, usually we're calculating for the opposite reason, that we don't have lands. In this case, we should probably be calculating the odds of us only drawing 4 lands. Like, lands would be super valuable. We'd be able to cast this, we'd be making dorks. There's so many good things that could be happening, but opponent, yeah, gets in, and I think now we're gonna draw a land when it doesn't. Basri's Lieutenant, part 20. Yeah, that was awkward. And that's, I think, game, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's game. Sure, Basri's Lieutenant. Opponent taps. Yeah. Oh, that was a bit depressing, I will say. I mean, the good news is the deck actually was pretty sweet. I think the deck worked very well. So what do we learn about this deck? We built this deck on stream. So it's obviously rough around the edges. The idea was to build a Shadrix deck. That was a request. Build a Shadrix deck. And it was fun to build a deck on stream. Maybe we'll do that again. Did you enjoy building a deck on stream? Maybe we should do more on stream deck building. So what do we learn about this deck? Divine Gambit was actually pretty impressive today. I still think that it's not enough better than, like, Vanishing Verses or anything else. Skyclave Apparitions, the upside just isn't high enough to really make me want to play 4 of those and think it's like an actual competitive thing. But it was legitimately good in some situations today. Shadrix was actually pretty good. On the other hand, blot out this guy. Really, really bad. This is the first card I want to cut from the deck. So I think there could be some tuning around the edges. Eldraine's still busted, but the deck was actually pretty decent. We won more than we lost. So yeah, Shadrix was actually kind of sweet. The option to not use it is definitely something you need to keep in mind. If you choose to use it, you got to benefit your opponent too, but you can't choose to benefit no one, and a 2/5 double striker that you use only when you want to, actually not the end of the world. So yeah, I think the deck was pretty sweet. And with more tuning, who knows? Maybe it could be at least semi-competitive. I don't know how much could be like competitive in the current meta of just like craziness that's going on in Standard and Eldraine. But I mean, we're almost to rotation. So, but on that note, everyone, that brings us to the end for today. Good news is we will be back tomorrow, 2:00 Eastern time, for some more fun. So until then, reminders, Replay YouTube, check it out for all the old streams, normal YouTube, Budget Magic going up soon, podcast going up soon. One more reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. Maybe we'll build around another Elder Dragon tomorrow. That could be kind of fun. It was fun today. It's Card Kingdom. And if you need some Magic cards, you get them at cardkingdom.com. Just let them know you want a Scoop Soldier sticker in your order notes, and they'll hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome, and I love each and every one of you. So have a great Monday night. Have a great Tuesday. We'll be back 21 hours from now for some more streaming. So podcasts, spoilers, Arena Open, fish mail, the main topic. So have a great afternoon, have a great night, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow.